Lessons, yeah. Message. I have to clear some room in my storage for my phone. But yeah, life is life. Life is gonna always life, right? And it's meant to teach you about you, whereas you learn more about you by the day. And you put those pieces of what you learned about you during the day, about the people, places, and things, and place them into your dream world where it not only will reflect upon the present day when you wake up again, but it fills in the gaps for the future steps, because how life happened is what's supposed to stall you in the present, whereas the future stays bleak, you know? It's like some traumas that happened to you in your childhood is meant to traumatized state where your nerves are never calm enough to really heal from that traumatic state. Whereas your present day is filled with trauma by the continuous motion of with those that are alike in familiarities and commonalities and similarities, where it feels like you are caged in amongst those traumatic emotions. Therefore, your future seems just as blurry as the present day. You know, traumas from back then is meant to grow you, and make you look inward more so than looking for the external attention and validation, which those lessons were meant to keep you in that mode of seeking the validation and the attention by any means necessary in any way that you were traumatized, It's a plethora of the motherfuckers traumatize you when you was a kid or as a kid or kid to be traumatized today. But to grow from it is choices, yo. Some of us are pondered upon plenty of decisions, whether we choose ourselves or not, yet are pulled in so many different ways where those pieces are every fucking where. And it does take a lifetime to pull those pieces back and calling your power back in any which way through each of the lessons that we learn. Whereas the future does look clearer and clearer by way of the healing that you do in present day. And that means facing every fucking thing that you avoid or avoid facing everything that you're running away from, facing everything that you just couldn't stand still for no more, and understanding the reasons why and comprehending, you know, to the why you were in those lessons in the first place in order to know not to or how to move further or faster or just to know what to do in present day if it ever occurred to you again. Therefore, the future is much more filled with clarity. It's like it's the weirdest of emotions and experiences, but it's an experience overall. All in all, is really understanding what your energy is like and standing and keeping it moving no matter how fucking hard it is and what trigger you because people, places, and things are truly the mirror of you and what it is that you are internally projecting outward, but not getting it, because we all have our emotions, we all have our thoughts, we all have our ways of being to grow, you know. Sometimes it is personal to step back and to corner yourself to figure out what the fuck is going on. Sometimes you do need to just walk far away from everything just to know how to put yourself back together. It's a lot of ways that we can be shit dislocated from ourselves or disassociate own thoughts where we want to be someplace else, someone else, because the present us is just filled with so much that it's understandable how people want to or what people want to give of themselves, the pieces that they themselves feel as though is unique to them, you know? But at the same time, that's just like unfair, because those that they fill their baskets with bits of their own burdens don't even know if that tidbit is going to tip the scale for another fucker that's already going through some shit they on their own. It's really just balancing the unbalancing of the scales of everyone the fuck around you because of the fact is to balance the scales of you. It's the teeter tottering energy of every fucking body. Yet The importance is you. The focus is you. And to your steps is aligned for you, depending if you're crooked or not. It all depends on how still and steady you are on that tightrope called life. I'm just talking. Hi, 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 everybody. Um, like I said, yo, my phone. Thank you. It needs to be cleared up with storage, but yo, it's really understanding the balance of you. Motherfuckers could unbalance the fuck out of you just by the burns that they give you, even if it feels like hold shit together. You still holding pieces of you. You know, shit flipping out, shit be falling. You know the phrase "a frame too much," where you feel a draft on your fucking leg. You know, it's that mysterious scratch that you just can't find where it's at, but it's itching. You know, it's the weirdest of notions what energy is. You know, and really understanding and standing in the energy you choose to stand in, no matter how fucking difficult it is when it comes to the distractions, disruptions, and fucking chaos that motherfuckers love to bring, you know, because self really is a test of oneself. Because motherfuckers will test you about yourself. Yo, man, it's crazy, but it's life. See you for watching and hearing me ramble. Have a good one. Bye.